What if I told you the number one weapon used to keep black people powerless isn't just police, politics, or even the media? It's money. For centuries, we've been locked out of credit, denied loans, and divided in economics. But today, I'm breaking down how we can flip that script and take control of our financial future. So, welcome to Black Money Moves. Credit is not just about borrowing money, it's about access. Without good credit, you pay higher interest, can't get homes, and sometimes can't even get certain jobs. Historically, black communities were targeted with predatory loans and denied fair credit. Redlining wasn't just about land, it was about shutting us out of the financial system. So here's some solutions. Start with secure credit cards if you're rebuilding. Keep credit utilization under 30%, even lower if possible. Pay on time. This is 35% of your score. Use credit as a tool, not a trap. Credit is the game. They stack the decks against us, but once you know the rules, you can win. Land has always meant power. Our ancestors fought and died for it. After slavery, when black people began to buy land, entire towns were burned down. Tulsa, Rosewood, and Wilmington. Why? Because land ownership equals independence. Today, less than 2% of farmland in America is owned by blacks. That's no accident. Look into tax liens sales. Land and homes often sell for pennies on the dollar. Invest in community land trusts where groups of families buy land together. Urban gardening. Owning even a small plot builds independence from the food system. By the mindset of legacy. Don't just think of for today, think about 50 years ahead. They can print money, but they can't print land. Land is forever. Individuality. We've spent over 1.7 trillion a year as black consumers, but most of that money leaves our community within 6 hours compared to the Jewish, Asians, or the Latino communities, where money circulates for days, sometimes even weeks before leaving. That's why they build generational wealth faster. Practice buy black first. Before you hit Amazon, ask yourself, is there a black-owned option? Invest with friends, family. Pool $100 each month from 10 people. That's $12,000 a year for a business, land, or emergencies. Create rotating saving clubs called Susas in the Caribbean, or Tandis in Mexico, or Isusa in Africa. These systems have worked for centuries. Build international communities, support black banks, black insurance, black schools. Group economics is not just money, it's survival. When we move together, we can move mountains. Here's the truth, nobody is coming to save us financially. Credit, land, and group economics are the three keys to black survival and black power in 2025 and beyond. If you learn something today, don't just sit on it. Take one step this week. Apply for that secured credit card. Research land sales in your area. Start a savings club with your friends, because power isn't given, it's built. This is Afro Vision Network, and this was Black Money Moves. Please subscribe, share this with your family and friends, and let's start building a better future that we deserve. And some peace. Black people have been denied the basics of survival. Water is life. If we don't own it, we stay vulnerable. What do poisoned water and stolen wealth have in common? Power, or the lack of it. Flint, Jackson, Mississippi. Three names that prove America has no problem letting black people suffer. And when we do not control our resources, we pay the highest prices. Today on Afro Vision Network, we're breaking it all down, from the water crisis they don't want you to remember to the blueprint of financial survival, credit, land, and group economics. This is Black Money Moves. Flint switches to Flint River to save money. Result: lead, and toxins poisoning 100,000 plus residents. The majority of them black, majority of them poor. Children left with permanent brain damage. Officials knew and ignored it. Why? Because poor black lives weren't a priority. If we don't own the system, we're at the mercy of neglect. In 2022, Jackson's water system collapsed after a flood. 80% black population left without safe water to drink, cook, or bathe with. Instead of fixing the system, lawmakers tried to privatize it, taking power from the city's black leadership. The crises are used as weapons to strip control. Rural Mississippi. Rural black towns in Mississippi still lack safe running water. Some communities rely on bottled water deliveries just to survive. This isn't an accident, it's generation of systemic neglect. These water crises prove one thing: survival isn't just about food and water, it's about power. And power comes from economics. That's why we must talk about black money moves. Credit is more than loans, it's access without it. You're locked out of homes, businesses, and opportunities. Black communities targeted by predatory loans, redlining, and the denial of fair credit. Start with a secure credit card if you're rebuilding. Keep your utilization under 30%. Pay on time. 35% of your score. That's 35% of your score. Use credit card as leverage, not a trap. Credit is the game they don't want you to master, but once you know the rules, you can win. Land equals independence. After slavery, black people built towns and farms, then they were burned down. Today, less than 2% of farmland is black owned, and that's not by design. Research tax liens. That's a cheap way to acquire property. Community land trusts. Families are getting together and buying land. Urban gardening. Even small plots means independence. Think legacy. Buy land not just for today, but for generations. They can print money, but they can't print land. Land is forever. Black Americans spend $1.7 trillion annually, but money leaves our communities in 6 hours. Other groups circulate money for days or weeks. That's why they build faster. Buy black first. Before Amazon, check for black-owned businesses. Pool your money together. You get 10 people at $100 a month. That's $12,000 a year. Seuss Tandis, ancient models of community savings. Support black banks, schools, black insurance. Build a self-sustaining cycle. Group economics isn't just money, it's survival. When we move together, we can move mountains. The water crisis in Flint, Jackson, and Mississippi weren't just about broken pipes. They were a warning. They showed us what happens when we don't control our own resources. Credit, land, and group economics are the tools we need to survive and thrive. No one is coming to save us, but we can save ourselves if we move smart and move together. This has been Afro Vision Network, and this was Black Money Moves. Subscribe, share, and drop your comments. The steps you're taking towards independence, because power isn't given, it's built. Thank you for watching.